We're rocking it out here. It's Local Music Monday. I'm back, baby. It's been a minute, but thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. Then we're going to wrap it up into a nice little podcast that you can listen to at your leisure, at your discretion at disruptionnetwork.net. Got to give a shout out to my sponsors. I got a new sponsor in the house. Shout out to Upgrade, the Freeman Formula. Go to freemanformula.com. Use promo code Disruption for a 15% discount on any of the products on his website. This stuff right here is brain formula. You want to talk about getting woke? This stuff will get you woke. It'll unlock all those brain receptors that you've been locked up for so many years. It lets you think clear. It gives you some energy. And don't think of it like a 5-hour energy. Don't give you like those shakes that like 5-hour energy does. It's not like that at all. You do one of these and you clear throughout the day. You can think clearer. You can process things a little more easier. It reduces stress. I mean, that's a fact. Check it out. Use promo code Disruption, 15% discount, freemanformula.com. Shout out to EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his crew, 315-335-0516. Thank you to Matt Grabsky and Michelle Grabsky over at Joey's at 307 for being a sponsor. Give them a call today for a great meal, 315-864-3527. Thank you to Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery, my attorney, Dave Longaretta. If you need legal advice, give him a call today, 315-735-6162. And thank you to Ballsy, ballwatch.com. Use promo code members only for a 15% discount. It's Local Music Monday. Unfortunately, Justin is not with us. He can't make it today. I know we've been absent for a couple weeks. We've been, 4th of July was last week, and him and I did a little golf outing. But today, joining me, my friend Cait Devin in the house. What's good, Cait? Good to see you.
Absolutely. Good to see you too, dude.
I'm love watching your journey. How long have we known each other now? It's been a while since you were in high school.
Like 2,000 decades, probably.
It's not that much. But like, so maybe
6 years.
2017?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
I was 15, actually.
It's amazing to watch your journey and where you're going. I remember you were doing all this rock stuff, and then you switched it up into a little bit of pop. Are you still mixing the two, or where are you at right now stylistically?
Stylistically, I feel like the way that I've been describing it is alternative pop.
There you go.
/ rock / contemporary. So it's kind of hard to like put myself in a box, but you're definitely right that I started out rockier and now I'm kind of like grooving into this more pop lane, which we kind of discussed last time, but it's gotten even more poppy since then. You know, I'm very inspired by The Weeknd and Doja Cat, people like that.
Yeah,
for sure. And
you're still inspired by the rock and roll side of things too, huh?
I feel like that's just at my core, so that's never really gonna go away.
That's part of your DNA, right?
It is, yeah. It's coursing through the veins.
So Weeknd, Doja Cat, that's what's been inspiring you? What else is inspiring you lately?
Lately, I feel like The Weeknd and Doja Cat, they've been an inspirations, should I say, for a hot minute, but I feel like everybody is kind of on the same boat right now. I really like 80s stuff right now. I really want to get into the more synth wave kind of stuff and retro. I get made fun of for how I say that, retro.
It's retro.
I've been saying retro. I want to do the retro vibes, guys. But I want to incorporate some of that maybe Kate Bush kind of thing into my existing music. And I've been compared to her as a teen a few times, which is quite the honor, and I wasn't even super familiar with her music back then. And I'm 21 now, but I would love to incorporate more 80s vibes for sure.
I can't believe you're 21.
Right?
I've
real.
watched you grown, and here you are. You're blossoming into this amazing musician, and you're so busy right now too.
Very busy.
Good for you.
Yes, and still 5'2".
You won't grow anymore.
No,
you're stuck.
No, I've been told it's pretty much done.
That's it. You're done. No more growing for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you have been gigging a lot, and it's good to see. Like, where are you at this week?
This week, I'm not sure if the 13th. Oh wait, the 13th. That's
in a couple days.
That is in
I
a
think
couple
today's
days.
the 11th, right? Say 7-11.
Right. I will be at Fratello's in Frankfurt.
Oh, cool.
Frankfurt.
Yeah.
And they have great pizza, if anybody is craving the sauce and the cheese.
Great food in
general. And they have incredibly hot wings. They're known for that, so please don't take them lightly if you try the hot ones, because they are indeed very, very hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will be there I feel like I've played there maybe 5 times before, and it's a really chill venue, just a chill local venue. Just pub vibes if you want to keep it low key. But then if you don't really want to keep it low key, I'm playing an anniversary party on the 17th, which is right here in Utica for the Fitness Mill.
Oh, cool.
You know where the Fitness Mill, it's like 16 Stone, Utica.
Yep. Shout out Alex Carbone.
Yes, the Carbones are epic,
and
they're killing it. Like the whole facility, I believe Be Life Art Magic. I hope I'm saying that right.
You are.
She's got a crystal shop in the same facility. I did my Christmas and Crystals charity event there with live music and all of that. But I will be playing there the 17th. That'll be unplugged, singing and strumming, and I may be doing some lead guitar stuff too. Those are my 2 coming up. I want to say super recent. No, super upcoming.
Super upcoming? Sure.
Super
Everything's
upcoming.
super today. This is going to be a super podcast.
I kind of super podcast.
Yeah, this super podcast with the
super
stuff.
awkward Cait Devin. It's kind of on brand at this point, but
what's your set consist of? Are you mixing in originals with covers?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, and as many of the locals know that have seen my shows, I do a lot of covers because I get booked at locations that are bars and restaurants.
You gotta play covers.
And clubs, and people want to hear the stuff that they know, which is like totally understandable, and I love doing it. But I try to make every cover my own and maybe add some lead licks in between the chords. I find that really fun to kind of piece together. So even if I'm doing a cover, I like to kind of put the Cait stamp on it. And some people go, what's that song? Like, did you write that? And I was like, oh, no, this is actually Electric Feel by MGMT, that I just started strumming out. I've been doing a lot of new originals, too.
Cool.
Stripped down, I might get into using a loop pedal. But as far as the originals go, I feel like when I play them live, it's still very in tune with my teenage self, I guess, that singer-songwriter, indie, contemporary, as I was mentioning.
Yep.
I feel like that really shines through. So if people like that more acoustic vibe, the pubs are the place to see me, They're very intimate shows, and I really enjoy that. But very recently, I've been adding backing tracks to my sets. Including the unplugged ones, where I'll just whip out a backing track and kind of start shredding, because people don't really expect it, but it's gotten a good reaction so far. And I've had some people in the past kind of come up to me and say, where is the lead guitar in your shows? Because I have a lot of videos kind of showcasing that online. So I feel like it's all kind of coming together. I'm back into doing 3-hour solo shows.
I got to say, you picked up the guitar really quick. I feel like you learned really quick.
I started playing guitar, period, when I was 14, but I only knew 4 chords at the time. And that went on for a few years, actually, I want to say, until I was maybe even 16. I was, starting to use bar chords and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to say 17, I really started diving into lead guitar specifically, like the scales up and down the neck and the Yingwi licks. Yingwi? Yes, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce. Malmsteen.
Yingve.
Yes. Yingve. Get an accent in there.
Yeah, there you go. Just learn your pentatonic scales, right?
I do a lot, Phrygian, I'm really into Mixolydian. I know, the modes up and down the neck. But recently, like I said, the synthwave, man, I'm really falling into that, Stranger Things type of stuff, and maybe even a little hip-hoppy. I like to incorporate that into my lead guitar work.
So,
especially.
It has kind of an 80s vibe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm getting into it for sure. I've always been told that I kind of have this retro thing going on. I'm starting to say it correctly.
Retro. Say it with me.
Thing.
Retro.
We got it.
No, it's good to see. And you know what, Cait? It's also great to see you very healthy again. And you're vibrant again, because I know you've had some health struggles.
I know. I feel like the last time I was here, I was really struggling.
You were.
I was really struggling, yeah. I was literally, I think, gosh, I hate to say it, but I think I was literally maybe 78 pounds.
Yeah.
The last time I saw you. Because not everybody knows this, but for people that like you that have been following me for years, that trigeminal neuralgia thing was not fun, and I still don't consider myself to be completely freed from it, because technically there's no cure, not for everybody at least. We still don't know exactly what caused it, if it's autoimmune, if it's structural. We're still really trying to figure that out. But luckily, I'm in a pain-free period because of the medication that I'm on.
Let's go, Cait. Yeah.
Yay. So we're pretty excited about that.
Awesome.
Yeah, my whole family. Yeah, I mean, it's a big relief, I gotta say. We thought we were in trouble for a second there, but she's gigging again, she's playing again.
Yeah.
We out here, guys.
You were even gigging when you were not feeling well, too.
I was starting to,
you're in the middle of all that.
I was. Yeah. I said I can't really take it anymore. I got to put myself back out there, even if I'm sick, type of vibe.
Yeah.
I could barely even think at the time. I was in, like, a lot of pain.
I know you were.
But, yeah, I feel like I escaped, at least temporarily, right? I mean, I feel so grateful for life, and I feel like it taught me a lot of lessons.
Yeah, I'm sure. How much did cannabis help you throughout your struggles? Did it?
A lot.
Yeah.
I know it's not for everybody, and you know, some people just, when they take it for chronic pain, it really helps. Others maybe not so much.
Yeah.
For me, the interesting thing about cannabis.
Can you put the mic a little closer to your mouth?
I'm sorry. I know I'm literally like abusing this mic right now. Hello.
Wow, see how much louder you are.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Real radio voice now, guys.
There you go. Cait, everybody's...
And then I'm like breathing because I'm like so excited.
Everyone's applauding you.
I'm like a rabid squirrel that breathing into the microphone.
Everybody's applauding you on Facebook for bouncing back the way you did. So thank you to everybody on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the share button. But back to the cannabis thing. I want to talk about cannabis and like what how did it help you? Talk about how it helped you with your struggles.
For nerve pain, it's a little bit trickier because it's not muscular. It's not anything like that. It's literally like your nerve misfiring. Like it feels like lightning. So I'm going to be honest with the fact that cannabis didn't necessarily help the nerve pain specifically because I'm on anticonvulsants for that. It's just that powerful of a pain. I'm on stuff like duloxetine, which is Cymbalta, gabapentin, stuff like that. But cannabis literally saved my life when it comes to getting sleep with this kind of condition because it wouldn't have been possible otherwise. Like before I was taking edibles and smoking a lot, regularly at least, I would get like 30 minutes of sleep a night, and that's like not an exaggeration. So it does wonders. It really does. If you're somebody that is struggling with insomnia from a chronic pain condition, or even if you have a chronic pain condition, give cannabis a shot because it might really help your mental state and it might help you flourish.
Is there one particular strain that helps you more than others? Yeah, what's that?
The smirk. Gelato. Yeah, I really like gelato. I'm a really big like into hybrids. Okay. Hybrid sativa indica. Yep. I love weed culture. It's great. I would love to get into it more.
We're right in the middle of it. It's just getting started here in New York.
I know. I'm so happy about that.
It's finally coming.
Right?
But so you're more into a hybrid, but do you feel that like indicas help you sleep better if it's just a straight indica?
Yes. I would say the indica is more like a nighttime kind of thing.
Okay.
Like if you just want to be knocked out and watch Netflix.
Right.
Indica's pretty good, but sativa's more of like an energy thing in my opinion.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Facts, big facts. Like if you want like a coffee and a sativa, that's like a great way to start your day. Great way.
It is a good way to start your day, and it keeps you up and motivated and go. And also, I highly recommend some of these upgrades. Try one of these. I want you to try one.
I want to.
You don't have to try one now, but you could try one. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm so bad at like catching things.
I'm so bad at throwing
things. Please,
things.
Nobody hire me for like any kind of sport. It won't work.
So, do you feel it's easier to ingest it by eating it, or do you smoke flower? How is it easier?
Well,
what's better for you? What do you prefer?
When I wanted it to be very potent, I would take 2 gummy edibles every night, and I would say, yeah, that's more potent than smoking, obviously, but I would get them from a local dude named Austin, which you obviously know. He's in a band, Austin Evanchak.
You got to throw him under the bus?
Oh, no. I think that's a public thing. Yeah, he's very public about it.
All right, cool. I love Austin. That's my
No, he's great, yeah, but no, I'm A+. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And like, since it's legal now, yeah, dude. And he's a talented guy, but those edibles, they literally made me sleep for like 12 hours straight when I needed it. Yeah. So yeah, edibles are great for sleeping too, whichever you prefer, but It's like an ad. Me promoting cannabis products.
No, it's good. Like we mentioned earlier, it's legal now. We can actually have open conversations about this now.
Feels good,
Finally,
right?
Right, yeah.
Feels great.
Like getting it off my chest. I never thought we'd ever be in this situation because back in my day, when I was your age, I'd have to hide it.
I know, right?
I'd have to hide it.
It was kind of cheaper back then, though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was like 5 cents for
and
for
there
an
wasn't
ounce.
as many strains as there is today.
That's what my dad
thousands
said.
and thousands of strains. Back in the day, back when I was in high school, and people used to sell me weed, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is Humboldt County," because Humboldt County was the big thing out in California, the San Francisco region.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is California, Humboldt County. And then as I got older, I realized this shit was growing at Tug Hill and Boonville. It wasn't no Humboldt County the whole time. But
Wow.
we've had this great cannabis culture right underneath our in our backyard for many years. And now we can finally open and talk about it. But
It's great. My dad said that he thought he thinks that cannabis got a lot stronger over the years
It
because
did.
he's getting back into smoking too, since I'm such an avid stoner.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
well, it's such a science now.
It is.
Really is, because now they could figure out different strains for different ailments, and what goes good with, say, fibromyalgia, or what goes good with cancer, or how does this combat stress, or how does this combat insomnia. So now there's all these different strains, and how they've got it chemically figured out, and like these different things to combat your ailments. It's crazy now.
It is.
Yeah, it's not just smoking weed with your friends, and taking out the seeds.
It's like a literal culture now.
I
Like
haven't
there's so
seen-
much to it.
When's the last time you've seen a seed in a nugget?
Actually,
Exactly. You haven't.
I have not.
Yeah, in a long time. Back in my day, it was also.
I want to grow my own. Like I really want to. Probably, maybe even in my closet or something. You have to have like a special kind of light.
Yeah.
It's an investment, but let me tell you, it'd be on brand, I think.
You could get an
It'd be
LED light, which would take less power.
Really?
Yeah.
It works with LED. You can grow weed with LED light.
And it's kind of cool, too, because
What?
they're all different colors, like purple, green color LEDs and
Wow.
stuff. Yeah, they've got lights to grow weed.
Pondering.
But they have, you could get like a 600-watt bulb or 1,000 bulb, but it sucks a lot of power. It is.
It does. It does.
Yeah, I would recommend just throwing them in the ground.
Make a garden.
Let
maybe
the
like
universe
fence it
handle
in.
the weed, man.
Yeah. That should be a slogan. Put that on it. Put that on your T-shirt.
There you go. No, but I'm glad we can have these open conversations about this finally, and talk about how it's helping you. I mean,
And I don't have to hide the fact that I'm a stoner anymore. Oh my gosh! Do you know how frustrating that was?
yeah, but how much has it helped you? It's not just you
So
being a
much.
stoner.
So much.
It's not you just using it recreationally.
So much.
You're
It's
using it medicinally.
yeah, it's for my mental health. It's for my sleep. Like it's for all that, and it does help me have energy. I have to say, it does.
Yeah,
It's just a part of life.
it is. It's a part
I
of
breathe it in like it's air. Literally. And I've been smoking on and off since I was literally 15, and people are like,
Does it help with your creativity in writing?
it depends on the strain.
You see?
It really
there
does.
we go again. It depends on the strain.
It really does.
Is there a strain out there that opens up your creativity that you know of?
I feel like I said, probably I want to say gelato is like the best of the best. Zaza, actually. Zaza, I take it back. Zaza's the best strain that ever existed. Yeah, I had to think about it for a second, but Zaza, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Have you ever heard of it?
I know this is the first, so you're teaching me
Z needs
something.
the Zaza in his life.
Yes, I do. Give me some Zaza.
Yeah, no, it's very
So
potent.
ZSAZSA?
ZAZA.
ZAZA.
It's called Zaza.
Zaza.
And it's actually been referenced in a few rap songs. It's like a thing. Mhm.
Oh, wow.
It's known to be pretty strong. Yep.
So what is that a hybrid or?
I think it's just a straight up sativa. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but it definitely, I have an extremely high tolerance. I mean, like extremely high. And I would probably take 2 hits of this and I'm good for like a couple hours.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then it opens up your creativity.
Yeah, I could jam or whatever.
Yeah.
I do a lot of jam videos after I smoke,
Okay.
like right after. It's great.
Just open up and go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and then I like try like not to squint so hard because like literally in every picture it's like very obvious. Sometimes.
How old were you when you wrote your first song?
I started writing when I was like 9.
Really?
Yeah, and I was writing like songs that sounded like freaking divorce, like brutal divorce at 9. I have no idea where it even came from because My
Like
parents
you were
were together,
writing this
like,
down and playing music to it?
This
Or
was
just
like
lyrics?
straight up lyrics.
Gotcha.
But I started playing piano around the time I was like 13.
Really?
So I started applying some music to that, but I really didn't. I liked it for a time, but I didn't really feel connected to it. Wasn't until I found a guitar that I was like, okay.
And you said you
I get
found
it.
guitar at 14?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your inspiration on finding guitar?
Oh my gosh. Do you watch The Voice?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you know that kid that won, Sawyer Fredericks?
Yeah, the local guy. I mean, well, he's like the St. Johnsville area, right?
Yep.
Right? Isn't it St. Johnsville?
Yeah. I had such a huge crush on this guy, like such a big obsession. Like there was this one Voice performance, which if you don't know watching, it's a singer's talent show. And he had a bunch of like acoustic guitars behind him as a display. And I was like, man, I want one of those. I should learn how to be more like this guy. So I guess Sawyer Fredericks was like my first guitar inspiration. Is that weird? I feel like
It's not.
Yeah, it's random.
Yeah.
It surely is, but it came out of a crush. You know?
Have you ever met him?
I've seen one of his shows in person. I waited in the heat for like 2 hours in the scorching sun to see him. There was like people throwing up from heat exhaustion and stuff.
Oh my God, where was that?
This was in like the Fonda
area?
Yeah.
The Fonda Speedway.
Yes, actually, it was.
Was it really?
It really was actually. I think.
Oh my God.
And people were literally dying.
What's he doing now? Do you follow him?
I still
currently, or-
follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just doing local gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's very down to earth. He even said during his time on the show that he craves the country air more than the city air because it's just horrible.
Yeah.
It's different, which I agree. I was in LA and the air is definitely thinner.
I definitely want to get on the LA subject with you really quick, but is there an artist out there that you would absolutely fangirl over? Who would you fangirl over?
That I would really fangirl over right now.
Because you mentioned Sawyer being an inspiration. What about currently?
Right. When I was like in my big time like indie contemporary phase, Sawyer was definitely the one to inspire. Gosh, nobody would really expect this, I don't think. Maybe, perhaps, Kim Dracula. Do you know who Kim Dracula is?
No.
Oh my gosh. When I leave, look up Killdozer
Okay.
by Kim Dracula. I want to collab with him so bad. And I wasn't even really into this before, but he does those like really hefty like metal growls and metal screams, but he does it, yeah, like, and he does, I don't know what that was, but he does it over a hip hop beat, but like a dark trap beat. But this guy like literally, he's got quite the voice. He's got pipes. But yeah, he raps, he screams, and yeah, I don't know. I can't really explain him. You'll have to form your own opinion.
So if you were in his presence, you would absolutely like melt.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Or Your Boy Sponge. Do you know that Your Boy Sponge? He's a rapper too. It's SpongeBob.
Okay.
And he raps. I never thought that.
Wait, SpongeBob, the guy from Syracuse, SpongeBob? Because that guy's originally SpongeBob. The voice is from Syracuse. That guy.
You gotta be kidding.
Tom.
Not the actual SpongeBob voice, but there's a SpongeBob that raps for
copy
real.
that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he raps for real.
All right.
Yeah, him too.
So him too.
You can find him on SoundCloud, Your Boy Sponge. He does that "Don't Mess With Me" while I'm jellyfishing. You don't know that song?
I don't.
Huh.
Sorry. We have a 25-year gap between our ages, so.
You're all good. Like half the people are probably gonna like look this up or know of these songs and be like, bro, those songs are whack. I don't know. I love the character in it. I love artists that have the shock factor that just get a rise out of people.
I want to talk about LA. So what brought you out to LA? You got to play the Viper Room, which is legendary.
Room.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, I feel very lucky because we were talking about this before we went on air. They're closing in September.
Yeah.
And
they're knocking it down, turning it into a hotel, correct?
They are.
Yeah.
It is a nice place for a hotel, I gotta say. I feel like that would probably be a smart move.
It's right in the mix.
It's right in the mix.
It's a perfect,
and
you're
it's, in my opinion, one of the best areas in LA.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is, right.
Sunshine Strip, baby.
And I played that Viper Room show for my 21st birthday. So
How cool is that?
I got to turn 21 at the Viper. And the crowd was great. I like really was kind of taken aback because the scene is just so different. from here, in a sense that people, they literally like rage at these shows. Like it was a room maybe like this. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe like this plus your desk thing. And it was filled to the brim with people. So that was really cool. I had a big audience. But yeah, the one thing I have to say is the artists that played, because I was on a lineup, and that's how they do a lot of the shows in LA. I was on a lineup. A lot of the artists that played, the musicians here, like in Utica area, Syracuse area, they're right up to par with the LA musicians.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. We talk. That's why we have this show, to give praise to everybody in this music community.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I love shouting out the other people in this community, because truly it's like this area is packed with just extraordinary writers and performers. And I was thinking, you know, a lot of my friends could play here.
Yeah, and kill it.
And the crowd would go crazy.
Yeah.
Because they are very supportive crowds out there. And what I was kind of saying, I was like, how do I phrase this in a way that's like not offensive to Central New York? But you'll understand what I'm saying. Like, when there's live music out there, the house is completely packed, to the point where you can't even move. So that was like really cool to experience, because I've played a lot of more low-key venues. And here it can be a bit harder to get people out, and I've like experienced that seeing other artists too. You know, they have like a few groups of their friends, and then you just have a bar crowd like sitting there. But it makes sense because there's more people in LA and everything, and it's a hub. But they have such great energy and support for songwriters over there.
How did you get the gig?
I called a lot of times.
You're persistent.
Yes, very much so.
Great job, kid. You know what? Let me tell you something. One thing I used to tell the bands all the time when I had my club, and people would pester me for gigs. If you stay persistent, you're eventually going to get the gig.
Absolutely.
Because they're going to finally just give in and just be like, all right, I'm going to shut this kid up here. You play on March 24th here. Boom. And just so the phone calls stop coming in. You know what I mean?
Emails, phone calls.
Yeah.
And
well, good for you. No, that's the way to do it. Stay persistent. So you pestered these people on getting it. So would you hit up like a talent agent or a talent buyer?
I guess they're considered a talent buyer, yeah. And the one that I contacted also booked for the Troubadour. So they were originally thinking of putting me in the Troubadour, which I was like over the moon about, because I believe Elton John came out of the Troubadour, yes. And I'm a big Elton John fan. Like, he's the kind of music that like really touches my soul as well, you know? But yeah, I don't know.
You'll get to the Troubadour.
I might. I stay optimistic and I work hard, but she said she really enjoyed my music, but for my very first time in LA, because this was my debut time in LA, like stepping foot on LA soil, very first time, she said, maybe we should put you in the Viper Room in the acoustic lounge for your birthday this time. And if that goes well, we can consider the Troubadour, because it's the Troubadour.
Right.
You know? And it went great. It went great, so maybe that is a possibility for the future, and I'll surely stay in touch with the talent buyers.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yes. One thing I will say about LA shows, because I was trying to compare it to Central New York and how it's a bit different, I really appreciate Central New York because they pay their artists so well. That's one thing that I really, really, really respect.
Mm-hmm.
LA is not so much like that, in a sense where you have to sell a certain amount of tickets. I had $150 worth of tickets to sell. Had I not sold them, I would have had to put down $150. But I sold all of them.
Oh, good.
So I was like, I'll make sure that I sell out these tickets. Mm-hmm. So technically I got to play for free there. But they do put a pretty hefty burden on the artists at their expense, you know, sell all these tickets, and
you got to put the legwork in.
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to, yeah. You got to put the work in, but aside from that, people are just playing for exposure out there, and but it's a hustle. It's so much more of a hustle in a totally different way. Mm-hmm. Totally different way. It's a different energy.
Yeah. You're lucky too, though, with technology, you were able to get your music out there for them to listen to very easy, and they're like, "Oh, I like this, so book you." So, do you think you got chances of going back there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going back to LA. There's no doubt about it. I have family out there that would let me stay at their home.
Oh, perfect.
And they're right in the Santa Monica hub.
Oh, cool.
And it's right where I need to be. Yeah, I actually...
So cool out there, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And funny story about LA, the bathroom situation. Oh, my goodness.
Explain.
Oh, my goodness. So... your girl here, I got a pee problem, okay? Like, whenever I'm in the car, I don't know if it's an anxiety thing or whatever, or if I just have a small bladder, but I gotta pee a lot. And this LA traffic is insane. I remember being on Hollywood Boulevard, losing my mind, and finally pulled over. But then when I was, like, walking, there were these signs on the buildings that said, we have bathrooms, but you cannot use them. Like, you know, they just... I don't know if there's too many crackheads there or whatever, or they don't let people use the restrooms for some reason. So I almost went into an alleyway to go to the bathroom until one homeless guy started walking towards me. So I was like, let me turn around just in case, you know, I don't know, it might be sketchy. Went into this one venue that actually had an acoustic guy playing. I was wearing this dragon kimono. I'm sorry, this story is all over the place. Just me trying to find a restroom in LA, basically. But as I walked in, they stopped me, and they were like, yo, cool shirt. And I was like, hey, thanks. And we struck up a conversation. I obviously forget the name of the venue because I'm a pothead, but I will recall it eventually. They said that they would be interested in booking me there because there was an acoustic guy playing. I was just trying to go use the bathroom, you know, and I just struck up a conversation with the booking people. So... I might go back and play that venue.
There you go.
And it's right. So there's opportunities everywhere.
Was the Viper Room the only gig that you had when you were out there?
Yes.
It was.
And there's this thing called the Radius Clause in LA.
Yeah.
So you can only play one show like every 2 weeks.
Come on. Even with the like local artists?
Mm-hmm.
And just, really?
Yes.
That's kind of weird.
I would never move there for that reason.
Yeah.
But I would commute for a show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's worth it for a show.
Yeah. And it's cool that there was support in the crowd. You selling your merchandise?
I had stickers with me.
You had stickers?
Yeah, I had some A&Rs come out, like the A&R of Lava Records, which their parent company is Republic. Mm-hmm. She came out to watch my show.
Did they talk to you?
They did. Uh-huh. She actually met me for coffee the next day, which I really, really appreciated. Yeah. And I didn't press. I didn't ask her about labels or really anything like that. I just wanted to take the time to get to know her face-to-face because I had been communicating with this A&R for a few years now, actually, and she's expressed some interest. I've had a few Zoom calls. And just coming to see a show, you know, not necessarily even sign me, just to come see a show. So we hit it off. We grabbed some tea, some coffee, and we sat on Hollywood Boulevard after my show, and
it's always good to pick their brain and get some advice, too.
Yeah, and I got to hear her story and how she got started in the industry. And she knows some pretty big fish out there that have really kind of taken her under their wing. And it's very inspiring to hear that. She's a success story because the whole reason she became an A&R, which is a talent scout for these labels, it's just opened up a lot of doors for her. Mm-hmm. And she's gotten to meet independent artists with the same dreams she has because she's also a musician.
Yeah.
So I talked about maybe bringing her here and showing her the Syracuse music scene.
That's awesome.
I'm like, hey girl, you took the time to come see me. Like, if you ever want to play here, like I will totally help you. Like they pay well here too, man. Like I would just love to do a show with you here. So I made a great connection, and that's so wholesome to me.
Yeah, awesome. Nowadays, though, with a lot of these record labels, it's not really so much about music or anything like that.
We were talking about that.
It's more so a social media presence, right?
It is.
Yeah?
It is.
Yeah. You have a big social media presence, though.
To a point.
Yeah.
I feel like in LA, there's so many people, like every other person that you cross on the street probably has like 20K on Insta. You know, you have no idea if they bought their followers or whatever, you know, so... But you're very right in a sense that it's all about numbers because they really pay attention to Spotify, especially. That's one of the biggest things they pay attention to.
It's the number one platform.
It is.
The number one streaming platform.
And they pay attention to the algorithms.
How's your follows on Spotify?
I feel like the most streams that I have gotten on Spotify, I haven't checked in a hot minute, but... my first, like, really poppy single that I put out, Bright Side, the one that sounded a bit Taylor Swift-ish, that one has around 34,000 because it was placed on a few bigger playlists.
So it's got some legs.
It's got some mini legs.
Yeah, no, it's got a lot of legs.
Yeah.
34,000, that's great.
Yeah, and I'm very like grateful for that. And even if I don't get signed, if it's not in the cards, I'm so grateful that I made that friend in LA and I got to learn from her. And hey, if I don't get signed, maybe I can begin my own company one day.
Yeah.
You know?
Our dudes from Motor Lord are saying they hate social media, but it's become a necessity. And it's true, it's become a necessity.
Hey, Motor Lord, what's good?
Yeah,
Another local
rock.
band.
Yeah, those guys
Very
rock. It has become a necessity because that's what these people are looking at nowadays. And, you know, it's unfortunate. But they don't go searching for talent anymore. They go searching for how many followers you got on YouTube and how many subscriptions. And it's kind of a weird situation. But on the other side of things, back in when we were growing up in the music industry, I would have loved to have like a YouTube or a Spotify out there to get your music out there to the millions and all across the globe. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's like a good time to be alive where, it's a double-edged sword.
There's good things, there's bad things.
Right.
You can really propel yourself super far without a label. That's the brilliant thing about socials, but it'll drain you if you don't take some time for your mental health.
True.
I remember when I was on TikTok trying to go viral, maybe posting like 10 times a day, I had to take a break because that stuff really, really, really wears you out. After a minute, it's fun, but it will wear you out if you never take a break.
What do you think wears you out? What wears you out?
You have to, like, for TikTok specifically or, like, for any socials, because TikTok is, like, very fast-paced, but it's the platform now.
Yeah, it is. I'm
very
not on
fast-paced.
So.
Basically, the gist of it is there's, like, a new trend every day. Well, there's several new trends every single day coming in. And these people do these funny little skits, and you got to, like, apply it to your niche or... Gosh, it goes on. You know, there's just so many random trends, but I would mix those funny things in with little clips of my music, trying to push it. I've gotten quite a few views on my trigeminal neuralgia awareness stuff on TikTok. I've seen myself come up quite a few times in those hashtags and sometimes on the Explore page, but I've never gotten like millions on TikTok. You know, I'm still pushing that. But
is that your biggest platform?
TikTok, no.
No,
it's actually one of my smallest.
What's your biggest platform?
My biggest platform, I believe, is Instagram with 17,000.
Okay,
yes.
You got a lot on Facebook too. You got over 15,000. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah. Facebook is fun, honestly.
Yeah.
I get a lot of funny comments on Facebook for sure.
What about a band? Do you ever see yourself playing in a band, or are you just gonna take this solo thing?
I think I'm going to take it solo.
Yeah, for a while. Just take it?
Yes. Yeah. I have worked with a lot of bands and a lot of duo-type scenarios. But nah, I'm just feeling the solo thing right now.
Yeah.
Every 3 hours show coming up is solo. Right. And honestly, I couldn't be happier with that.
Are you doing live streams too?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
And where do you do that at?
I do most of them on Instagram, but sometimes I cross-post to Cait Devin Music on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I go live in the Syracuse music scene groups. I'm beating up your microphone. I'm sorry. Okay. My long spider fingers. But, yeah, I go live pretty much everywhere on every platform.
And do you go just on a particular day or just kind of on the whim whenever the hell you want?
On a whim.
Yeah.
On a whim.
Yeah.
Yep,
nothing scheduled, nothing like every Thursday or...
No, but I kind of want to do a scheduled thing. For example, when I go into the studio next, which I may record 2 separate things, a single called Take It, which I've been playing a lot at the acoustic shows. People seem to like it. It's very like sing-talky, like Ed Sheeran type. It's going to have some acoustic vibes with some pop vibes as well. Sorry, what was I talking about? I'm such a pothead. Something about... I did this last interview, too. I was like, what was I just talking about?
Playing with a band.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry.
Now you said you were going to do some recording.
Yes, I'm recording at Subcat, right. I might start doing, like, scheduled live streams at Subcat while I'm recording so people can kind of see the process. So I'll schedule that like weeks in advance so people know when I'm going live and they can see behind the scenes stuff, see me recording my guitar solos. So for my next single, Take It, that might be the avenue that I'm going to go on.
Cool.
Yeah, give a little inside scoop. But I might even incorporate some 80s synth into that too, the next single. The next couple things are going to have some of that aesthetic.
Are you writing every day?
Not every day, no.
Not every day?
I'm jamming every day.
You're jamming every day.
I'm jamming every day because I have this policy that I need to keep my fingers moving. Otherwise, they'll definitely get rusty.
Yeah.
They will.
You need to.
Yes. Yeah, it's very, very important.
Keep those chops
I love
going.
how stoned I look on this.
How about when you're out and about? What are some? We talked about some of the local artists in the area. Who are some of the people that you out supporting these days?
Sydney Irving for sure.
Okay.
I think that she's brilliant.
I gotta
and
get her on the show.
You need to.
Yeah, she's blowing up. She's doing really well.
Yeah, she's doing very well, and she's got like the bandana thing going. I remember like when I used to come in here with a bandana, and I have a soft spot for her because I really feel like she's similar to me when I was her age, which I'm talking like I'm 30, but it just I see myself like in her performing and stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, she's great. She's an amazing writer, and she's such a professional. She's been doing this since she was very young. And I'm rooting for her.
Yeah.
I really am. She's great. She's 19.
Got a great band behind her too, right?
She's got a great band, yes.
Yeah.
She's got a solo gig, and she's got her band gig. But no, she's on a great path, and I definitely see myself in her with the rock thing that she's doing, because she's definitely on the rock vibe, 100%. And it's so cool to see younger people like into rock. I just love that. Again, talking
Absolutely.
like I'm 100.
Let's fucking go, Cait. I love it. That's right. I like seeing the kids on the rock vibe too. That was the statement of the day.
I feel like the 80s are coming back.
I hope they are.
Even in the modern music, people are adding the synths and the that type of groove.
I love it.
It's coming back, yeah.
Who else you out there supporting?
Like Carson Murphy.
Awesome.
Carson Murphy, he
voice.
plays everywhere. Yeah, for sure. And I've done a few shows with him. He's literally like 7 feet tall. Every time I see him, I'm like, "You're so tall." He's probably like, "Wow, thank you."
Oh my God.
I know, right? Little Cait just going around being awkward again. But yeah, Ashley Cox, Jess Novak. Those are two powerful women.
Absolutely.
And they have been at it for a minute. And if you're watching on Instagram Live, I'm sorry, my coffee is like dripping on your leather.
That's okay.
Water, I'm sorry, not coffee. Water. But no, if you're watching on my Instagram, we're talking about the upstate women, some of the upstate women that have played around. Jess Novak plays violin.
She's so awesome.
You can actually play it behind her head, I think. I think.
She's Wonder Woman.
Yes, for sure.
And then Ashley too.
Destiny Rains. She actually is my friend who moved here from LA.
Oh, wow.
Recently. So she's living in Syracuse. She did a Funkin' Waffles show not super long ago, but she's such a performer, and she's kind of on my wavelength with the genre. She's pop, rocky, R&B, you know, she blends it all together too, but she's a badass.
Nice.
I look up to her a lot. So yeah, if you guys see or hear any genres or any people that you might like to look up, please go support them.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said earlier too, there's a lot of powerful women in the music industry around here that are out there.
Powerful,
yeah.
yes.
Jess is amazing. She's just awesome.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
Awesome, Cait. Well, this has been fun. So good to catch up with you.
You need to do a
I've watched you
stoner
grow up.
podcast.
I feel like every day's a stoner podcast.
We can smoke on the podcast.
And we're getting to that point. I feel like we're at that point. So we're gonna make that happen eventually. Really, really, really soon. But I'm so happy and watching your journey and where you're going. And you have a very high ceiling, my dear. And I see a lot of good things in your future. So
I know my head is just so up in the clouds.
Yeah, but just keep putting that work in. That's all you got to do. Keep practicing. Keep putting that work in. Keep writing. Keep working on your craft, and good things are going to come.
Yeah. We should definitely do an event together sometime.
I would love that.
I know I've been kind of pestering you about that, but and Joe and Uncle Joe too.
Yeah, Uncle Joe.
Shout out to Uncle Joe from the radio station 92.7.
Uncle Joe.
He's been my uncle for a hot minute now, so thumbs up to Joe.
Uncle Genesee.
I'm trying to find a part-time job.
Oh, yeah?
I literally hit up Joe. I was like, yo, Joe, do you need any additional host or anybody to, like, sweep the floor or anything like that? And he said no, but he gave me, like, his boss's number. Apparently they might need salespeople.
Cool.
But that would be a hard job in this day and age.
That's weird.
Being a salesperson, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like Pam from The Office.
Yeah, you'd have to go out there and sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if they drive to people's houses, the salespeople. Would I have to like knock on the door?
It's not door. It's you go to businesses. Let's scratch the salesperson idea.
Right? Doesn't have a degree. Hey, I mean, I write part-time for Guitar World, so, like, that's good enough for me right now.
Yes.
But after this summer, like, because I have over 20 gigs lined up. But as I mentioned, if you're watching, if you're in the area, on the 13th, I got Fratello's in Frankfurt. The 17th, I'm celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Fitness Mill in Utica, which, yes, the 17th. But over 20 gigs lined up for the summer. After that, I am going to try to get a part-time job somewhere.
You can go to CaitDevinMusic.com for more information if they want to check out your lineup and everything, or just is it easier to go to your Facebook page? Or
Yep,
both?
you can go to CaitDevin.com, the Cait Devin on Instagram, Cait Devin Music on Facebook. TikTok, Cait Devin.
Yeah, you're rocking, kid. I love it. Keep it going. Proud of you. Keep it going, and keep in touch whenever. You can always use our platform. I tell you that all the time. Use the platform. We got something to promote or whatever.
I'll definitely sport your T-shirt here.
And sport the T-shirt. Your name's on the back.
I'll do a photo shoot with it.
I would love that. And you did a photo shoot with the championship belt too.
Yes, I did. I looked so joyous about it. I also looked like 3 feet tall. Like I was like.
It was comical for sure.
I was like this.
Yeah.
Because I just I walked in after smoking 2 bowls. I was like, we ready to rumble.
Let's go. And then you put on the championship belt.
Yes, I did.
This is awesome. Make sure you go out and check out CaitDevinMusic.com or go to her Facebook page or check her out on Instagram or Spotify, all the social media. Thank you again for coming in. Shout out to, I can't even talk today.
You're catching my disease. They're not talking disease. I can't.
Maybe I need to smoke. That's probably the problem. I haven't smoked yet.
I get like that too sometimes.
Give a shout out to Upgrade Brain Formula. Go to freemanformula.com. Use promo code DISRUPTION for 15% discount. I'm telling you, this stuff really works.
Woo.
I do not get behind products that I don't use. I use this stuff every day. It opens up my brain, though I haven't tried it today and I'm a little foggy. So you want to lift the brain fog? Try Upgrade. Go to freemanformula.com. Use promo code DISRUPTION for a 15% discount. Thank you to EJA Moving Services, Joey's at 307, Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery, my attorney Dave Longaretta, and Ballsy, ballwash.com. Use promo code members only for a 15% discount. Tomorrow I'll be back with the band Career Mode. Are you hip to Career Mode?
Yes.
Right?
Lily Ruth.
Didn't you play with them? Right? You played
I was on a lineup with them, yes. Rob Kane.
Right, I was at that show.
I want to go to the Stranger Things party on Friday at the Sickenburger. I want to dress up as Max. Mm-hmm. I might wear like the jacket too.
You're not going to be 7? I could see you with the blood dripping down the nose.
True.
Yeah,
I kind of wanted to go as Vecna.
Uh-huh.
Like, that'd be funny. Like, I could get like a literal Vecna suit, but nah, it wouldn't come in time.
Oh my God.
I might wear a headset.
There you go. I think you should be 7.
Perhaps.
I think so. A little blood dripping down your nose.
Or just show up like covered in blood.
Yeah, and then just
with all my limbs broken and my eyes pulled to the back of my head and my jaw broken.
There you go.
Wait, have you seen season 4 yet?
I haven't yet.
Oh, okay, then that reference won't make sense.
Okay.
But everybody who has seen season 4, I'll just show up as one of Vecna's victims. People can carry me in.
There you go. I love it. But yeah, Career Mode will be on the podcast tomorrow, so check it out. We'll be on live on the social medias tomorrow at 3 o'clock, so make sure you check that out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share this and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Disruption Network, and check us out on Spotify and all the other social medias. Cait Devin, you rock. We'll see you soon. Later.
You rock, dude.
Let's try it again.